we go. It's September 8th, the year of our Lord, 2021, and The Rock is a Cop. Harvest 21 has officially kicked off, and we have a special guest. The prodigal son returns. You requested, we delivered. Mr. Cason Delap.
Cason Shay, the man himself.
Welcome to the Alabama Aristocrats, a weekly conversational podcast from the South about the South. I'm your host, Van Rudolph, and with me is my very best friend and devout Southerner, Zach Duggar.
Peasants, derelicts, and ne'er-do-wells, drag yourself from the gutter and join us here every week for the very best in Southern tales, history, anecdotes, and idioms.
We're Southern.
Unapologetically.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Can't help it.
Yeah, we fancy too.
Fancier than you.
Come along, peasants. Join the aristocracy. Just a reminder, please, if you have a couple extra nickels, go to OperationBarbecueRelief.com or OBR.org and donate to help those that feed those that are helping people. Operation Barbecue Relief. These guys are doing great work. Follow them along. We posted some stuff on our Instagram. Check them out. Also, don't forget to check out our friends over at Public Pursuit. Pick up a dog collar or a journal. We have a little something in the works. I actually talked to the guy the other day. He very much wants to get a cigar journal going, but he doesn't know how. I said, guess who does?
Ooh, I know who can help.
I do. I like cigars. We like cigars.
We can definitely help with that one.
Yeah. So
need to get that going ASAP.
A little aristocrat stamp on there. What up?
Oh, yes.
Public Pursuit, Instagram, FaceSpace, all that kind of stuff. Also, you can find us there. Twitter. We're
Twitter.
Twittering.
Yes, we do the Twitter now.
Do the Twitter. We're there. All right. Rolling right into it here. It's time for segments. In Southern news, I swear I don't mean to stay so local. We want to include other parts of the South, hell, at least Alabama. But this has made national news. It's kind of cool. The Rock is a cop. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is a cop, and he's in Decatur.
Yeah, well, a lookalike of Dwayne Johnson is a cop.
Dwayne.
And he is a cop in Decatur, or in Morgan County, should we say.
Lieutenant Eric Fields of the Morgan County Sheriff's Department. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does, I will have to admit, look a whole lot like The Rock. I mean, just big, muscle-bound, bald-headed guy, but they do resemble.
All right, so if you're a chick, you'd hit it. You'd smash.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would smash.
10 out of 10. Absolutely.
Would smash.
Fantastic.
And he's a stand-up guy.
So this is the part that I actually like. He's using his 15 minutes of fame the right way.
Absolutely. He's not trying to capitalize on this in any way for himself. It looks like he is trying to help out and raise awareness for ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. A 26-year veteran by the name of Sergeant Chris Dillard with the Morgan County Sheriff's Department has been recently diagnosed with ALS, and Officer Fields is just wanting to use his 15 minutes of fame to raise awareness and try to help raise a little money for Officer Dillard and his family going forward.
I know that the GoFundMe has his wife's name listed, so that's awesome.
Yes.
They do have a GoFundMe set up. Dillard's Warriors. That's what you're going to go look for. Again, whatever nickels you have left over, please go to GoFundMe Dillard's Warriors. They've raised a little over $8,000 already just from the popularity coming from Lieutenant Fields. And we joke about the police here, but those are jokes. This is serious, and we very much appreciate him standing up for something so great. ALS has had a couple of good rounds in the social media plugs. Mm-hmm. Ice baths, what have you, but we're grateful to see this again. He's doing the right thing.
Actual work going toward fighting ALS and helping somebody that actually has it. The Rock has actually acknowledged all of this on Twitter here recently, and he said, The guy on the left is way cooler. It was a picture of Fields and The Rock side by side, Fields in his uniform.
Okay, cool.
So The Rock is obviously a major supporter of law enforcement. And,
well, hell, he's played 35 of them.
Seriously? And is doing it currently, I think.
My favorite part that I read, though, was that they asked Lieutenant Fields about this. He said, I often get compared to The Rock and who's the other one? The fast
Vin Diesel.
Give it the family. That's all I thought the entire time.
It's all about family.
It's all about family.
For family.
Oh, for family. I thought that was pretty great. Now, again, not a sports podcast.
No, sir.
But so I was trying to find the Alabama game the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma Tulane game is running long, and that, naturally. So I'm pissed off because I wanted to see pre-game shit.
Like little pre-game.
Get in the mood. It's the first game of the season.
Absolutely. Not just the kickoff.
Yeah. Well,
which is all I got to see.
Well, I almost missed that because they're not telling us on the station where they're going to air it. So we've got to sit there and pretend like we give a shit about Oklahoma, Tulane, and the beatdown or whatever was happening. To be fair, it must be how other people feel when Alabama games stay on longer than they should and we're beating the hell out of people. And they're like, well, we just want to watch our, Akron State play the Mountaineers or I don't know, two teams that I don't care about.
Really? You think people do that?
I don't know. Everybody maybe like us. They want to see. I don't know. Who knows?
Whatever.
If that is how they feel, it sucked because I am freaking out. Googlebox telling me nothing. ESPN telling me nothing. So I'm flipping channels like crazy. And by channels, I mean bouncing around on YouTube live TV because all I have now is streaming. So I'm trying this convoluted cluster stup to figure out what's going on. Anyway, I'm bouncing around channels and I find, what is it? Some Michigan State or some Yankee team is playing that I certainly don't care about. And I stopped for a second. Maybe they'll tell us where the game's going to be. I think it was ESPN2 or ESPN News. So I was like, surely somebody's going to say something about the Alabama game.
Right.
But instead of that, I got to hear a white D-Squad ESPN color commentator say, it slaps. The guy made a fucking field goal, and this guy looked to the other guy and said, it slaps. And then follows it up with the explanation of why. For all the boomers, I assume.
A grown-ass white man?
Grown-ass man.
Wow.
Flabbergasted.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. If you are over the age of 29, which would make you in your 30s, you can't say that. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous when the kids say it. It really sounds stupid when you say it.
I'm not on board with adults using the slang of the youths.
It doesn't work.
And
it sounds ridiculous.
I damn sure don't want to hear it from some 40-something backup color commentator on a national broadcast. Color me wrong, but I snickered and then I was overcome with disdain.
I mean, if you have to explain why it slaps, and
that
then
kill
you
me
can't
even
use
more.
The word.
If you got to tell people what the hell, it slaps, and he looked over at the guy and like, that means it's good.
Digging for that laugh.
Yeah, and then the guy looks back at him. He's like, yeah, you more. I assume I didn't get to see that part. I really wish I could have.
Oh.
But they went to commercial break and he probably looked at the other guy and was like, that was pretty dope what I said back there, huh? With the slaps comment, and then explained it to the boomers. You remember that?
It's what my kids are saying nowadays.
Yeah. I've heard you say dope before.
I do.
Yeah, you do say dope every now and then.
I do. It's because I watch a little bit too much skateboarder content.
You do.
And that
it makes me nuts to hear adult men say dope.
Yeah, I get that.
But I've started saying it jokingly, and now I say it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. Wait, I mean it jokingly. I'm like, no, not for real. There's some YouTube guy, the huge beard or whatever, like way more manly than me. He has like
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. He's got he built the cool cigar lounge and shit in his house. Yeah. Awesome.
Dude, that motherfucker said dope probably 50 times in this 11-minute video.
He overuses it.
Oh, my God. I couldn't believe it. Dope? You mean like heroin?
Who got dope?
Who got dope? No, I truly that's just for some reason drives me up the wall. But that's my own problem. I probably shouldn't let that bother me.
It even comes in a lot of our like the boat reps and surfboard reps and stuff like that.
Everyday vernacular in business.
Yeah, that's their. That's just how they talk. Like,
dude, this is worse than people walking around with shit on their forehead for Ash Wednesday.
Right.
Like, I get it's your religion or what the hell ever, but you got some shit on your face there.
But most of the time it's not.
Well, it's just like, oh, you went by church today for the first time ever? Congrats. Or the first time since your parents made you
just
bring
so
it
you
up.
could post it on
social media. Yeah. So you could do it on social media. No,
that's another.
I'm not on board with the adults using the utes, the two utes.
Yeah, you should probably clean it up a little bit, especially during business hours.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I concur. The Don Juan of the Delta. The prodigal son returns. You requested it. We delivered. Mr. Cason.
Hi, my name's Cason. I believe in God. I'm into freaky shit. What's up, brothers?
You're our special guest of the eve. So we're hoping that this works out all right.
Cool.
The whole idea is Harvest 21. Like, we're officially in harvest. Unfortunately, a local farmer, Jesse Hobbs, has passed. What a terrible way to start the harvest.
Yeah.
The other day, out of nowhere, Jesse passed away from a heart attack. He left behind his children, twin boys who were coming up on the farm with him. And I had a lot of really great times with him. I mean, when actually I got into farming at 15, 16 years old, he was one of the very first people that I actually got to work alongside and pick cotton with and get to see some of the cotton field antics, I guess, as you would say. So Jesse meant a lot. He did. And it's really hard to see such a young and wonderful guy just gone entirely too quick.
I can't imagine. So, take a minute, make the phone calls you need to make, apologize for the things you shouldn't have said. It gets gone pretty quick. Cason, I know that you know this better than most. Like, things can happen in the heat of harvest. Accidents happen, things like that. No, I know you hate to hear this as well.
Oh, man, Jesse was a great guy. He's actually kin to me. He is, my grandmother was a Hobbs, so he's like my fourth cousin. And, man, super great guy, super great farmer, great friend. Man, meant a lot to the community there. My whole family does. And, man, he'll truly be missed,
Yeah. There's nobody that would say that he was not a great farmer. I mean, and that's something that is just that should be held very high because he was above all.
Man, he took so much pride in everything that he did. Hoping boys maybe fall in there one day or something.
Absolutely. I hope they learned. I hope they really paid attention to their dad. And which their granddad's still there with them, and I hope they really paid attention because they really had one of the best teachers they could have had right there. Jesse, he was a great guy and a great farmer, and we're gonna miss him. It's gonna be wild.
His wife Amanda was one of my teachers in school, so I that's somebody to definitely keep your thoughts on at this moment. Not to breeze past it, but we did have you on because we actually want to ask you a few things. What is your favorite part of harvest? And you can't say the end. That's not allowed.
The fucking end of it.
So we said the smell. I mean, like, the first thing that really gets you, we're like, oh shit, it's harvest, is it smells like harvest.
Yeah, man, I'm going to say I love planting time. That's my spring, you've been cooped up all winter, making a game plan, trying to figure everything out. I love getting in there and, get a little dirt stirring. I love that smell. I love planting, but harvest, man, you get to reap what you did, and just I don't know. I was thinking about it earlier, sitting out there. Just the smell of the corn dust. I was getting a little down. It's kind of starting to settle. Just, man, it's just wonderful.
Well, that's what I was telling Zach. Like, yeah, I love the smell of harvest. Like when you're driving by with the windows down, I hate the smell of harvest when you got a blower in your hand knocking the dust off a combine. That's not the best part.
5:30 in the morning. That's wonderful, isn't it?
Well, and that's like, last year we started, when I was helping you, is like, we finally quit doing this. It's like, no matter how tired we were, it's like, dude, come on, let's rally. Let's knock this shit off now so we don't have to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
And like that part sucked but at least it was at the end of the day. And like the whole time you're just telling yourself, man, at least we don't have to do it in the morning. Because that shit will be on you the rest of the day for sure.
Oh, it's just itching down your neck.
Now, so Cason is actually in the Delta. He originally grew up in where we're from in North Alabama, Southern Tennessee, farming here, but then moved to Louisiana because we grow houses instead of cotton anymore. You went down there, started row cropping the same, but on a larger scale. What's the difference between farming here and farming there? Because it's vastly different, correct?
Well, it's down here. Our topsoil's a lot deeper, so it's like the ground's more fertile here. I don't have to use as much fertilizer here as I do up there.
Really?
That's a lot different. Yeah. We try to pull samples about every other year anyway. But analysis is a little hotter down here, And something else, the irrigation part of it up there, I was all dry land. And to start doing the precision irrigation, precision lane level stuff and the poly pipe, that was a whole different learning experience for me.
Yeah, damn the poly pipe.
Trying to figure out all that crap. It's, the way your fields fall, and you can't push water up a hill, so you have to figure out where your high spot in the fields are. And I don't know, just going into something new, you don't really know that much about it, but I had to figure it out pretty quick. And it's a pretty tough way because it's usually hot as hell. And trying to do all that because it's been
like he the one in the cab.
Crop sitting there burning up.
I said, you sitting here acting like you at the one in the cab. You out here rolling it with Johnny Lee.
I leave glass open in case I need to holler something at them or something. It's great communication.
Leave that back.
Y'all got the fans running wide open too.
We turn that radio up.
For those of you that don't know, poly pipe is this white plastic-ish tube that they roll out because the land is so much flatter there than it is here. They're able to grade their fields. So a huge plot of land may be 2 inches higher on one side than it is on the other. We're talking about hundreds of acres sometimes. And they'll roll poly pipe out and bust holes in it every few rows and let the water run down. And the water will naturally roll down the grade and water the crops, as opposed to center pivots, which is basically all we have here when they do have that. And that's incredibly expensive.
When I run my water through there and it comes out the other end, it's equivalent to about 2 inches of rain every time I flood my middles.
Oh, really?
And with a center pivot, you can, especially growing cotton, you can like spoon feed your water. You can put a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch out, and with cotton, you have to watch it doing the furrow irrigation because that cold water hit that plant and it throws it into shock at a certain stage before it puts your bloom out. And your little squares are on there.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll shock the shit out of it and it'll throw a bunch of your crop off.
All right. So
learned that the hard way.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, actually. We checked the grain prices earlier, crop prices earlier. I know you're doing good on them beans right now, but damn, I bet you're just sick about not having no cotton this year.
Man, I really am. I wish I had 400 or 500 acres. I think I hadn't currently heard the last week or so, but I know it was upwards of 90 cents, I think. And, you know, whatever your December price is what you go off of. And
yeah, you at 94.02 today.
10 cents off the top of that. So if it was 90, you're really going to put about 80 in your pocket.
God darn. Well, it's 94.02 today. That's what we were looking at. And
man, you can make some money at that. And another thing, like up there where y'all are, I don't know why, but down here on my cotton, the fucking plant bug pressure is so bad. I'm liable to spray. It's pretty expensive shit. 10, 11 trips across it. That gets in my pocket where I have to damn pig 3 bale to make any money. I guess because there's so much grain down here now or something. I don't know. Just when everything starts drying down, they go to that luscious green cotton and they tear that ass up.
Well, not to mention the copious amounts of hydraulic fluid that you dump on the ground every time you fire a piece of shit up.
It's getting better. I had some tractors that, people that have drug problems. My tractors had hydraulic fluid problems. I mean, they had about $130 hit every day,
I swear it was so bad last year, we'd just roll up and be like, y'all just want a whole fucking pallet? Please just buy a pallet.
Yeah.
It's going to save you money in the end. Just go and get the damn thing.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I swear to God, you guys are addicted to cotton farming. It's the worst. Cleaning off them peckers. I'd rather have grain dust. I'd rather be coated in it. I'd rather get wet and then coated in grain dust than have to clean off a fucking pecker.
You get scared of heights. You got up there and you'll be
It's fucking high up there, buddy. And by the way, you're walking around on like quarter-inch round, like all these like wires, essentially, like holding this shit in. It ain't like
expanded metal.
Expanded metal. It's terrible. All right, so
well, boots slick from the grass right there. Get up there and fall.
Get on up there, boy. Do you think?
Get up there and do your thing, now.
Yeah,
hurry up. We got shit to do.
Speaking of, how much would you say Johnny Lee has backed into this year so far?
He backed my Land Rover into something, and he has bent both corners of the work truck on my fuel trailer.
Has he driven your new truck yet?
A little bit.
In an open field.
I got a little story about that.
Uh-oh.
So just bought a 2021 Ford F-250 Lariat, fucking $85,000 truck.
Because poor farmer.
I know ridiculous to farm in, but this morning I got out to the farm and I stopped by and saw some friends and I cut my truck off talking to them. It wouldn't crank back, so I had to give them boost me off. I was like, well, hell, these cheap batteries in here done went bad. So I got a set of batteries and put in it. Made it to Arkansas, cut it off. Wouldn't fucking crank back. I don't know what I've got going on. You let the starter sit there and cool off, it'll crank. But I'm driving the work truck home, and I let them take my truck to the shop. I'm going to leave it there because I'm scared I'm going to get stranded at the fucking house in the morning.
Holy hell.
Told you cut that Duramax too quick.
16,871 miles is what was on it.
Oh, boy. He was bitching about that Duramax. God damn.
Told you that Ford going to fuck up too.
That's all right. I'll have 22 sitting over there in a little bit.
I guess you're going to have to go to a Dodge.
I guess I'm about to get a freaking Toyota, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
I've had a GMC. I've had numerous Fords, and all of them about shit on me, so I guess I'm going to... I don't know. Do something else.
Well, go electric.
Yeah. Maybe Elon Musk going to put you one out.
Get the new Hummer electric one and just work out of that.
Try to lower down my damn carbon footprint. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Speaking of...
Well, talking about that shit, I had to go up to Dumas, Arkansas.
Oh, Lord.
No, excuse me, McGee, Arkansas the other day.
Oh, even better.
And they have a huge... solar panel farm right there. I bet it's 500 acres of damn solar panel. Maybe sick.
We've got several of them around here.
What was you doing in McGee?
I had to take a combine up there because it got sick and had to go to the combine hospital for a couple of days.
What did you send through it?
Well, nothing. It wasn't all that bullshit rice. We planted last year, wore it out, and broke a bolt out of a gear that turns the rotor. And that entailed in taking the 60 miles to the shop, and about $5,000 later, got it back. Sitting there letting it run, I said, hey, y'all check that feeder house out while I was up here. All right, they did. So I said, I texted the guy. I said, y'all check the feeder house out? Yeah. Checked out good. I said, all right, tenfold. Went and got it, brought it back, 60 miles back. Sitting there letting it run, Johnny Lee's like freaking out. Man, it's on fire. It's on fire. Can't. Damn smoke. It was smoking. They had a fucking bear out in the front on the feeder house, right up front, right there. You can't find nobody to speak shit right no more.
Ain't nobody. Ain't no help out there.
Ain't no help out there.
No help.
I wish they'd hurry the hell up where you can clone yourself. I could get microphone down world. I can clone myself.
Well, that brings me to another good point, the trials and tribulations of harvest. So you're getting harvest started. You have all these problems, like you led me right into it. What about the importance of dealer support? Who all do you rely on every year besides your hands?
Man, we do a lot of our John Deere stuff. We go with Goldman Equipment, and they're good. And PTI, they're not a bad dealership either. They do what they say most of the time. But I depend on them a lot. But you get some of them, and they come out there, and I ain't never seen a mechanic that was happy about the job. You know, hey, I'm fixing to quit this motherfucker tomorrow. You know, I need a damn raise.
I'm gonna tell you what, Cason, you give me $80,000, a brand new truck. I'll be out here working for you tomorrow. Yeah,
he told me that. I just need to come work for you. I said, so you do? He's like, yeah. I said, man, I think you're just a little overqualified for what I can pay. I'll tell you what, you give me your truck and about $85,000, I'm your man. I said, well, God dang, Chris.
Oh, yeah, that was Chris. That wasn't even he.
Sounds like a good deal.
No, I forgot that was the one I used to deal with, and they pissed us off because they never would get out there and get their stuff done.
He wanted to come bullshit every day.
Yeah, they want to come out there.
$180 an hour.
Sit there and smoke 4 cigarettes and about 10 minutes and talk about it. Like, man, I don't need a new friend for $125 an hour.
God,
I love it when they pull up out there. What do you think's wrong with it?
Why I fucking called you?
No, that's why I called you. If I knew what was wrong with it, I'd fix the son of a bitch myself.
Hell, we probably, who's talking about the guy? He's talking about Chris. We called him. So I fucked around and broke the, was it a tie rod on the front of that thing?
Yeah, tie rod.
Yeah, it's a tie rod. So on that hydraulic front end, you've got, the amount of pressure put on 2 cylinders is unreal with duals that turn this thing. You got 4 tires out front of this big old John Deere tractor and turning out here. We were disking, which fucking sucks anyway. And or I was disking out in the farthest field down there. And anyway, snapped that thing and, it rolls in. Well, it took us 2 or 3 days to get this going again. But anyway, Chris is one he called. And this guy pesters the shit out of Cason, like during the week or whatever. On Sunday, needing something? Nah.
Nowhere to be seen.
That was something else.
He doesn't ring your doorbell dry.
Hey, son, boy, I don't know. I finally talked to him the other day, but I don't know. I think he got the message. He kind of pissed me off last time.
Oh hell, he's gonna run you down. Was it Traco you still got?
I turned it back in. My Traco operator is also my combine operator.
Oh yeah. Hit it, boo, baby. Hit it, boo.
If beans ain't good.
Goddamn, Casey, the beans look good. Damn, now let me tell you. All right, so funny thing about, all right, so this Kenny Boo, love Kenny Boo to death. Johnny Lee is Cason's right-hand man, does everything with him, works every day with him.
My
ride or die. None of them. I don't know if it's an area of the country or what, cannot say Cason. His name is Cason. Mr. Casey. Cason, like Jason with a C.
Yeah.
Say Jason.
Say Jason.
Jason. All right.
I'll say Cason.
Casey. Mr. Casey.
Shit.
I got one. He calls me KC and the Sunshine Band.
Casey and the Sunshine Band. What's he go by?
Cadillac Mac.
Cadillac Mac. So Cadillac Mac is, you think you a ladies' man? It's a ladies' man.
No, Cadillac Mac, ladies, man.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, with a name like Cadillac
in
Mac.
his pocket, he'll lick it every now and then. We're going to piss on the shoe.
damn. Back to it just a little bit. Who do you rely on as far as your seeds, chemicals, scout reports, things like that? Who all is involved with you making sure that your crop is the best it is for harvest?
Well, I've got a consultant. He comes on cotton. He'll charge you $8 an acre. And he'll come twice a week and check your crop and everything else. Corn and beans is $6. But, man, he comes once a week. He knows his stuff. He knows his chemicals, knows his bugs. You know, and, man, he comes and checks everything, and he'll give you a weekly report. And, man, that's to me, you've got to have a lot of trust in your consultant. And a lot of these chemical companies have consultants hired. Why? Well, just say you're Helen, the guy comes out here. Well, he's got a PhD, whatever. Well, just so happen he's a salesman, he's going to recommend his product. And to me, sure, shouldn't be able to do that. My guy is straight out. He's not connected to anybody. And he'll give you 2 or 3 different recommendations to price places to see, get you the best price.
All right. So you said an acre, and this guy's okay. So he hits you at $6 an acre. So say you got 2,500 acres of beans. He wants. How much is he scouting to justify that price?
Man, like what he scouts total?
Yeah, is he going to every field, or does he look at like a few fields and then gives you a rough estimate and then charges you for it all?
He goes to every field I've got. He'll come out there. He maps it off with his GPS technology, and he'll map it off, and he names the fields like behind the store, blah, 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 field in Arkansas, field in 27, 28, 29.
Yeah.
He'll make a map, and then that way he checks every field, and he'll send you a report, and it'll have like your bugs or whatever you need per field if you want to see it that way, or per farm, ever how you want it.
Okay, so you rely more on him than an individual chemical guy or a seed guy.
Yeah, man, my chemical guy will come out there. He comes and looks at stuff. He does, but day in, day out, he's not going to come out there every week and check his like Todd does.
Okay.
Like, he does a real good job.
And the consultant, he works by himself. He doesn't have anybody that works with him?
He has about 5 other people with him there.
Okay.
Really?
I was going to say, it must be tough.
And I'm driving down the road, and I swear to God, if his car didn't get off my ass, I'm going to get out and kick his motherfucking head ball bites out.
I bet it's a minivan.
I'm sorry, guys.
No apologies here.
Yeah, you're good.
This is a safe space.
Yeah. Hey, it's a podcast. You can say fuck, shit, bitch.
Fuck, shit, damn, bitch, whatever.
Cock, balls. I'm just trying to prove a point here, friend.
He has about 4 other people that work for him, and they earn their money. I'm just kind of sit back and watch them, not really hiding, watching them, but just sit back and kind of watch them, and they do what they're supposed to. They go to every field.
Okay, so that actually makes me feel better.
I'll be out there spraying, and they'll freak me out. I'll see a little curly-headed boy pop out the fucking beans out there somewhere. What are you doing?
Get out here, freak.
Picking him up. Oh, shit, that's Todd, dude.
You want to ties, boys, ain't you?
You want them boys, ain't you?
What about you, crop dusters? He picked up the Arkansas guy. We know the Louisiana folks well, but what about your Arkansas guy?
Man, Justin, he's good. He does a good job. He's learning. I wouldn't say he's as good a pilot as some of the Monticello bunch.
Well, shit, they've been doing it a lot longer.
Yeah. He's just kind of fresh out of school.
Yeah.
I knew he's been off to 3 different places, like up north, down south, and out west doing some flying. So he's trying to get all the hours he can. But man, I tell you, if I text him a map and what fields I want done, if I get the chemicals there, he'll get on it the next day.
Oh, really?
Really get on it. That's what I like to see.
So Cason, his Monticello farm, the farm in Louisiana, the Monticello farm literally butts up to the runway for the Monticello Ag Service. These guys are fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're a special breed.
A special breed. I mean, hang out all night drinking and partying, and then say, all right, I'm going to take a nap on the couch right quick, load up 5:30, go spray a few thousand acres at very fast speeds.
Tough, rare breed, I guess you would say.
Indeed.
That's what it takes to do that.
We doing aerobatics in a fucking 802 air tractor. They're not meant to do that.
Not supposed to do that.
No, he ain't supposed to do that.
When you get to blowing and going, like, how far do you make it through harvest before you hate every person that works with you, for you, or is married to you, dating you, whatever? How long does that take? Because this is an everyday, no matter what, we got to go type situation.
Man, I'd say about 45 minutes.
Shit, longer than most.
Yeah, all right.
Shit,
Yeah.
not bad.
Damn, not bad.
Yeah. No, man, it's usually toward, like, say, end of October, getting into November, you ready to be done with everything. It starts, everybody's bodies get, everybody gets tired and everybody gets on the edge. That's when it gets tough. A few years ago, I had a bunch of cotton, and we picked cotton to up after Thanksgiving, down there into December, I think. And I've never been so burnt out on something in my life. I hated everybody. I damn near got into depression, I think. I fucking hated getting up every morning. And I felt like I was stuck in that damn Groundhog Day movie. It's the same shit every day. I was stuck in that dream for about a month and a half, or in that movie for a month and a half.
Speaking of, how is the guy at the Circle K right there? So we had a routine every morning. Cameron. All right, so every morning we get up and go, and it was seriously get out of bed. We got to go.
Yeah,
I know. And then we would hit the Circle K.
Get that Polar Pop.
By the way, I got one the other day. I almost sent you a picture of it. It's 89 cents up here, not 99, you sucker.
Pay a premium.
Pay a premium in Louisiana. Anyway, we would go down to the Circle K. Penny the prize pig was working in there. And this
I was stroked out in there. They had to fire her.
Is that what did it?
Yeah, I think she had some kind of heart. She had like a fucking one of them things put in, and like come straight from the procedure straight to work.
Lord, damn.
Yeah.
She had a stent put in and come to work.
Bless her heart.
A pacemaker. She got a pacemaker.
God,
fucking went straight to work. The doctor said she might ought to go rest. She did not. I think she towed her out.
Lord help. So she was obsessed with Cason. Blonde hair.
He pretty and
everybody know it. It's horse shit. It gets old to hear, but I mean, shit, we were sitting up in the Mexican restaurant in what was it? Lake Village, not Lake. Yeah, we was up in Lake Village, Arkansas, and this
toothless lady.
Yeah, I mean, like I hate to say meth head. Maybe she was just born this way, but anyway,
you said Lake Village, Arkansas, so
yeah,
meth.
Well, maybe. Anyway, we're sitting there eating Mexican, and I'm just like, man, what is her deal? She just keeps like coming on. And finally, she comes over and she's like, "Sir, I just got to tell you, you just have the prettiest eyes I've ever seen." And my fucking beans fall out of my mouth. Like, you got to be shit.
Can't roll your eyes hard enough. Like, I can hear my eyes rolling.
Oh, you should have seen him too. He went into like full, like, just play him. Just, thank you, bud. Good job. No, we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
I got one better than that. Me and the wife went over to Eskimos over in Monroe, West Monroe.
Yeah.
Go to town, I got to have a little reward for being good, get a little ice cream,
Sure.
Went through there, and old gal working the window, she said, anybody ever told you you look like Matthew McConaughey?
All right.
Just saying, I've been called that a time or two.
All right, how bad did she hate hearing that come from her?
Oh, my God. Like, I wish I had a picture. She's like, really? I was like, all right.
Hawkeyes on that phone. So, all right. So,
yeah, imagine McConaughey looking son of a bitch. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Old Morgan lit up, huh? She was just, which, by the way, Casey's wife, gorgeous girl, but we joke, she and I joke quite frequently about how annoying it is because it does get tiresome hearing, especially when you're not the hot friend at all and you have to deal with this constantly. It's like, all right, yeah, also I'm here, could I have a water, please?
Casey, if you don't mind, will you order me a water?
I'm thirsty. We get me a refill.
So Morgan and I bitch about it all the time, and she's like, God, these thirsty hoes down here, I swear. Like,
you should hear when they come home.
Oh.
We'll sit down there in the old Valley Tavern, and her eyes are rolling back her head pretty hard about the 10th or 12th 75-year-old woman wants to come over there and just slobber on Cason's neck.
It was that good-looking daddy of yours.
What is Scott doing?
With his significant other?
By the way, did he get that, they figure out who stole his damn truck?
No. He did all right, though. Insurance hooked him up.
Yeah. Ain't no farmer going to be hurt now.
Not to be held
pretty
down.
crazy. My dad is he runs a tight ship up there, nice, neat place. And some bitch come up there and just went to the shop and got one of his work trucks, just tore out.
I don't know if it was you or somebody else told me that, hell, somebody had a like a low boy or...
It was somebody around on the Ridge Road over there. I think had a fucking Bobcat and a trailer stole or something.
My damn Ridge runners. We had them up here too.
Yeah, I guess I'm a Ridge runner to start with.
All right. So I was joking with them one time a couple years ago. He's got a buddy in our Captain Ron, and I was joking with them about being Ridge runners on FaceSpace or whatever. And then Cason calls me. He's like, "Hey man, you gotta be careful with that. No, that ain't no fucking joke. Like that Ridge running, that's hateful.
People take serious offense to that.
I feel sorry for them people who got dropped off over there.
The parish that he's in, it's premium dirt. I mean, a lot of times they call it like ice cream dirt. Like this is the place to farm.
I think number one, it and Madison Parish are 1 and 2 top yielding parishes in the state of Louisiana.
Good Lord. How far is it to west before it turns into absolute shit?
Man, East Carroll's probably 30 miles from the river.
30 miles from the river? Hell.
Yeah, no, listen, man, 20 miles from the river.
Why the crow flies, anyhow.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a different breed of farmer a little ways
People
over.
look fucking tired all the
Just
time.
a few strings. You just right down the road.
Work their life away.
Oh, hell, they got to put cows on some of their shit,
Like, no shit, the people on my side, we buy the shit new, and when it gets wore out, it goes to West Carolina.
Yeah, it's rough.
Damn.
Yeah. They did build them a pond, though. Was that man-made, or did they already have, over at Delhi?
Man, they actually flooded a bunch of ground out there.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty nice, no joke.
It's nice. I wouldn't mind building a house over there.
Yeah. I've told several people, I'm jealous as hell right now seeing y'all blowing and going. The new combine looks like she's eating it. What about the new head on that? What'd you get, a Garangol?
It's a beast. Got a 9240 Case IH combine, got tracks, got a 40-foot MacDon on it.
Oh, that's the MacDon. The Garangolf's on the old
Cornhead.
That's Cornhead.
I got a
81.
12-row Garangolf Cornhead as well. It's a beast.
Well, Nazis are good at making corn cutters, huh?
It means some bitches can make a hell of a corn header.
They damn good at making a combine too.
Yeah.
What?
I wish I'd love to try one of Zach's combines, a Coloss out, but I'm just a little far away from a dealer.
Well, we'll do, shameless plug right quick for all your Coloss combine needs. Haney Equipment can help you out, and Zach Duggar is the name. So,
Did he tell you about this case?
Newbie Farms just recently got a brand new Coloss Lexion 8600, and within 3 days, without trying at all, because we tuned on it for a lot of this time, trying to get everything just right, 71,000 bushel inside 3 days by itself. No trouble.
Hell, they left some chopper on inside that wasn't supposed to be or something like that and ended up sending that shit through the whole machine.
Well, we had something set wrong. A chopper blade caused a bolt to break on the chopper. Blade come off, went through it, and caused a little bit of damage, but no big deal. We maintained.
Yeah.
Talking about 250,000 moving parts plus.
And only one bolt broke.
And one bolt can shut this son of a bitch down.
I mean, I call it a win.
No, I get it, but
That's a win. That's a win.
Yeah.
You get your shop finished yet?
Yeah, man. They finally got it done. I don't know, 3 weeks ago. We haven't had time. I've got some dirt out there delivered. I'm gonna put some more dirt up under it. Gonna grade it down, and then I'm gonna get some gravel. Finally.
Where are you getting gravel from?
I'm getting it from far corners of the earth.
Did you order that from home?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, any kind of rock has to be barged into my area, so we have to go to the port over there and pay a ridiculous amount. I think a triaxle load of limestone, just regular rock, is about, I think, $900.
God damn.
That's triple what it is. Well,
and in my area, I have 0 rocks. Like, I had a guy dig a well here a while back, years ago. He went, I think, 160 feet, and he never stopped hitting topsoil. Like, he never hit a rock, never hit shake. He was pulling up cypress shavings from that deep down.
Good God.
Yeah, so I don't have any kind of rocks. My MacDon headers, I can run them flat on the ground, and a fucking bug won't get away from me.
I helped mostly on the Arkansas farm last year. So you picked up another couple thousand acres in Arkansas, and this place hadn't been farmed in years. They PPP'd it or preventive planted it, basically insurance farming. We took a farm that has barely been touched, just running the ground, mismanaged, and disked the ever-loving hell out of it, got it ready, rode up. What was it I called it?
Hips. Put hips in it.
Put them hips in it. So the goddamn thing's called a hipper.
Yeah.
You know what a hipper is,
Absolutely.
of course. Well, I got it hipped up. And he's like, what? Please stop saying hip. Like,
that is not the correct term.
If I get them, I'll whip your ass.
So
what is the correct term?
Will be a row.
A row.
Throwing up some rows.
Okay.
A bed. I go with rows. Most everybody says rows.
So they bed everything in there. Like you got some.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the hipper does.
Yeah, the hipper puts everything in a bed. Like they don't do that
And
up
I've
here.
got them bedded up so I can furrow irrigate it. If I didn't fuck with that shit, I wouldn't fuck with those things. I hate those things. And that's another thing different in farming here than North Alabama. My fuel consumption, oh my God, I have to, up there, a lot of no-till. Down here, I totally work up everything, break it. And I have about 5-6 passes across there. So it costs me a lot more to get my shit ready.
I was running the disc at night. So as long as we could keep running, I would get in the tractor and then take over and run all night. As long as something wasn't fucked up. And it always was. So there's something to work on. Mud clogged in it, something like that. Crew would fix what they could in the mornings, replace bearings, housings, and all this kind of shit. And then I would go to dragging. Tony was out there dragging Cadillac Mac would either be dragging roads because we're literally having to go in and try to make roads in this place. In a lot of places, it was so bad. He would be doing that or cutting ditches. Johnny Lee going back and forth with the fuel wagon. We were doing what we could do. Honestly, running damn near 24 hours most days. And putting a lot of equipment through a lot of hell. But we run $25,000 worth of fuel 1 month, I think it was. Mr. Casey. Oh, I think we might have lost him. Casey.
Hey.
Come on back. There you are.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Past Old Bear Lake Road.
By the way, he's been driving this entire time we've been on here from one farm to home.
Yes, I'm still not home.
And still away.
I see the lights of Tallulah, but I'm not to that motherfucker.
So I was just telling him about how the amount of fuel we were burning when we were running about damn near 24 hours, multiple guys during the day, and then I would run all night up here in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, where you get raped, murdered, and pillaged.
If you hear banjos, you better fucking run.
I didn't find
out.
Faster. I didn't find out till after I'd already walked home one night from the way out in the field. I got stuck. There's bears and shit up here. Anyway,
don't you fucking walk across there at night.
Oh man,
you walk across there and kick a fucking bear in the side.
Well, I was just telling them, I was like, hell, we spent right at 25,000 or more than 25,000 in diesel fuel that 1 month when we were blowing and going so hard trying to beat the rain. And no,
it ended up costing about $100,000 to get that property repaired.
Oh my God, Lord!
Kind of figure everything up.
Man, I'm incredibly jealous because it looks amazing right now, and I've never wished I was reaping the rewards so badly. I had a
little job swap for a day or two.
Oh, you have no fun, Mr. Casey?
I stay tired all the damn time.
I'm tired. My body weary.
I'm tired, boss. I'm ready
to get done with this year. Hopefully, it's will prosper.
Well, that brings me to my next point, gentlemen. Don't smoke crack. No. Really, though.
I'm excited because my ass is fucking leaving here for about a month, going to some location I don't know yet.
Undisclosed. Well, that is, we do have this note right here. It says, looking for the last row. You going to have a bumper year this year, ain't you?
I think it's going to be solid. I do.
Ain't no farmer going to talk about having a good year.
No, it ain't never good enough. We always cutting 300 bushel corn and 90 bushel wheat, but
yeah,
we barely made it.
How's the beans looking?
Man, the beans look great. Really do. I've cut 500 acres of beans on the Monticello farm, and they averaged probably around 72 to 73 bushels per acre. That's pretty solid. But them other ones, got over the other, they about 90.
They about 90.
I say 90.
Around 90.
But no, I did really, my yield monitor did hit 95 or 96 the other day. That's probably some of the better beans. That thing is pretty damn close. It really is.
And that new one?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess you got AC in that one too, huh?
Sir?
Did you get the AC fixing the other ones? Kenny Booth still bitching about that?
Man, that's something to run you out of there now.
Man, I was in there having to juice him with Freon about every 2 or 3 passes last time.
Man, I'm sure it cost a couple $grand, but they end up putting 2 new air conditioners, coolant lines on it that run like the whole length of the machine. I felt sorry for the poor old boy. He come out there one of the hottest damn days, and it was pulled out in the middle of the shop yard, no shade, and he worked on it, and I don't know. Went over with some water. I'm like, you all right, bro? He's like soaking wet. Like, don't you fucking stroke out here. This combine's fixed now.
Don't you die here now.
Don't you go dying on me.
You gonna go over there now. You gonna die. You gonna fuck over there across the road. Go down there at the airport or something. We ain't got time to be going to no damn funeral out here.
Speaking of, Kenny Boo left the other day because his daughter got in a wreck. Which, no, we don't ever want to hear about somebody being in a wreck. That sucks, but it wasn't a big deal at all.
She was fine. That's the first thing I asked. I said, she fine. Yeah, just a car fucked up.
So,
okay, well, I would call a tow truck. He left, went to the airport, bought a trailer, a car hauling trailer.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Went to Baton Rouge and loaded up the car.
Oh, she was in Baton Rouge?
Yes, 3.5 fucking hours away.
Oh my God! What the? Okay.
So went and got the car, ended back up in Delhi about like 2 or 3, and made it to work the next day. He's a trooper now.
Oh, he did work the next day.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah. That ain't that bad.
No, every now and then they drag up a little bit, but
That's one of my favorite things about this. Like anybody that knows anything about like the welding community or that atmosphere of employees,
just any sort of like, manual labor.
Yeah, whenever these boys get together, especially after a few beers, they all start about dragging up.
Drug up.
They about dragging
shit and drug up.
Drag up train's coming, sir.
Fucking, I was hanging out with the boys. They were talking about, man, old fucking Han fucking drug up. They all call each other Han. You ever heard of it? Like,
Oh, yeah.
what up, Han? Shut up, Han. Han drug up. He's like, oh, fucking Daryl drug up my goddamn hammer in his truck. Fucking Han.
I say hand is usually a pretty good indicator that it could be from Mississippi.
Just a telltale sign.
You can measure a man's mouth and tell if it's Mississippi or not.
Thank God for Mississippi. Am I right?
That's what it says when you cross over into Arkansas.
Arkansas is like going to Mars.
Dude, I know people joke about, how backwards and crooked Alabama is. And to those people, I say, you've never been to Mississippi nor Arkansas.
There's
Arkansas.
That's Cason's right. It's like Mars. It's a totally different fucking planet.
The little area I'm in is like fucking hills have eyes, kind of.
Dude, you all see how they look at us when we go in to eat lunch over at the
old co-op.
The old co-op. They got some ex-convict in there throwing freezer food in a fryer. And like the most hateful ass women that have ever lived are the ones that bring this shit out to us. I'm talking about come over there mad. What do you want?
Just mad you're there.
What the fuck you want to drink?
Yeah. Do y'all have sweet tea? Yeah, we got fucking sweet tea.
What the fuck you think? Yeah, we got sweet tea. You want a fucking lemon or not?
I ain't kidding, dude. Hateful as hell. And there's one of them
squeezing it for you.
there's one of them that's kind of nice to Cason. And I mean, like, kind of nice.
She's not working it no more.
I'll be damned. What happened to her? Get knocked up?
She's
She was nice to Cason.
She's too nice to fire.
You ain't got no attitude. You can't work here.
God almighty.
Did you cuss him when he came in? No. I mean, I didn't really see no need. Well,
Get
you're
the
going
fuck
to
out.
get your ass out of here.
Yeah, this job ain't for you.
That old boy across the street ever get his shop built?
Yeah, he did. It's badass.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to suck. It's taking forever. They got a nice place.
You know why it took forever?
What?
One of the guys on the building crew fucking fell off the top of it and died.
Whoops. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw another guy that built the building. I saw him at lunch break one day. I said, "Fuck's taking y'all so long to build that car?" He said, "Oh, hell, that somebody fell off the top and died." So we pumped the brakes for about a month, let it cool down a little bit.
Oh, wait.
Goddamn Eddie slipped on a nail.
Not a valued worker, I see.
Lord, hell.
He didn't seem like he was too
Motherfucker
concerned.
fell off there and died, I had to fucking take off work, go to his damn funeral.
You should have heard him when he hit the floor.
Y'all get your asses in here. Come to the damn family now.
All right, when you find that one you're looking for, that last row, you get all your grain in, your cotton in, whatever you're working on. What's next? How do you get ready for next year? How do you end the year? What's the plan?
Man, you send that last truck off, you tally all your tickets up, try to figure your yields out and all that, see where you're at. Hopefully you pay everybody and everybody's happy. That's the best thing. You hope you got a little extra left over. You're always I'm thinking about 2 days from now, right now, trying to come up with a game plan to make everything go smoother. And just getting your ground here, you have, well, as crazy ass weather is, you have such a short time, seems like, to get your ground back ready for next year. And ground preparation means a lot because, it just needs to be just worked down smooth, especially with this spur irrigating. You can't have dips in your field, really.
Well, that was a big difference in here and there as well. I didn't realize that there was so much like, no, we got to get ready to go in with seed before winter hits.
Down here, if you plan on planting corn, you can't be fucking around trying to plow in the spring. You're going to have to be sitting on go, come down there about January, burn down.
Well, that's why all those fucking duck hunters were, we're both, we love to duck hunt, but We can't flood every acre on this place.
No.
I mean, we got to put the corn in the ground.
It would work out good for him, but I had a buddy up there in the Black Tahoe. He rutted that fucking place to hell, and that's why their season was shot.
The fucking guy who set up the deal on this Arkansas place, when Cason called me and said that he had mentioned to him about them rutting them up with their fucking ATV or their side-by-sides. He said, no, it wasn't. No,
it wasn't us.
It wasn't us. That's your buddy up there at Black Tahoe. They'll be riding around fucking fields up.
He demolished every road you got, Case.
I was.
Your buddy that Black Tahoe fucked your farm up. Like, it wasn't us.
Yeah.
I tried to fix it. I can't do nothing with it. It's your buddy at Black Tahoe.
Yeah.
Man, I highly doubt that Dwayne, but I really appreciate it. So I'll tip to him.
Buddy, I was livid. Because I did nothing but help these sons of bitches.
Well, Christopher's at home.
God, go figure. That damn crop gonna spoil. Well, buddy, we do appreciate you taking so much time to talk with us.
I'm glad y'all called me. Please call. Check in on the rig. Be glad to give a little report. Everybody out there in radio land. Fucking 10 up, 10 down. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a big 4-2, big brother.
Yeah, baby.
That's what the South Africans say. They don't say 10-4, they say 4-2.
4-2. 4-2.
Crazy.
That makes no sense, but whatever. 4-2. 4-2 back to you.
Well, they're in a different hemisphere, so the water spins backwards
they
there.
fucking south of the equator.
Yeah.
Subtract, and
my buddy
Pita. They some crazy. Them motherfuckers party.
Anything like Ruby.
They get down. Well, brother, get you some sleep and get ready to go out tomorrow. And we'll check back with you once harvest is over and see how everything went and get you to pay for us all to go on a big vacation with all your damn money. And
fuck you.
Thanks so much, buddy. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, man. Good to talk to y'all.
See you, brother. Man, there's a lot that goes into it.
Absolutely. It is a whole lot that goes into it, more than just about anybody realizes. And Cason has done a very, very good job at it and does a very good job for himself. And he's learned a lot of it the hard way. And he deserves everything he's got.
Absolutely. He's running a small business with a lot of moving parts. You know, you get down there and see, you're like, wow, holy hell, there's a lot going on.
Yep. Spread out all across the world.
It ain't no fun waking up knowing it's like, are we only going to drive 45 minutes to an hour, or are we about to drive hour and a half, 2 hours a day?
Just one direction.
One direction. You know, he's got 3 or 4 farms spread out, which, you know, I'm glad that he's picking up more land. But when he picks up that Arkansas place, I eventually had to move a camper out there because, I mean, I was doing nothing but working.
Yep.
And I just needed a place to lay down.
Yeah, you can't justify doing all that driving.
It's unbearable. I mean,
drastically cutting into sleeping time.
Yes, exactly. And the worst part about that is I'm running night crew and I'm sleeping on the farm. So they don't take that as I'm off asleep. They're like, well, you're here. Hey, can you get up and help me right quick? It's like, hey, you realize I've been asleep 2.5 hours, maybe.
I need to sleep.
Well, yeah, but I just need you. Can you just run go get us lunch? I'll save us some time. All right. Are we done? Can I go back to bed? Like, you realize, like, I've been up 18, 20 hours about this point and only slept enough to be pissed.
Please just let me sleep. I'll be much more productive for you if you just let me get some fucking rest.
Seriously. There's a lot of cool stuff we can talk to him about later that I'm curious about. Thanks so much to Cason Delap of the South Delta Planting Company.
Ooh, so fancy.
So fancy.
You know we all about the fancy.
We fancy. I just wanted to ask you real quick. So you called me in a rage. And that's not like you.
Yeah, no, that's
so I was very surprised, and I just sat there and listened like I've done for the past 20 years. What had you so agitated this time, buddy?
Far be it for me to bitch.
Far be it.
But a small group of people, and if you're one of these people, jump off a cliff, that for whatever reason feel it necessary and perfectly okay to blow their grass into the road.
Uh-huh.
Not only is it just tacky and
Gaudy as fuck.
it's awful. It's dangerous shit.
Yeah.
You could send some sort of projectile through a passerby's window.
Uh-huh.
Or your clippings could cause a motorcycle wreck or even a car wreck. It's awful. It's like hitting ice.
It's crazy bad.
I'm not just bitching about it because it looks like shit.
Which it does.
Fucking dangerous.
It looks like
people
shit.
Need to stop.
You're an animal.
And that is bad. It's bad dad points. Listen to me right here. I'm not a dad.
Yeah.
But I'm a grown ass man in my 30s.
Well, we're in our 30s. That's the thing.
And you should know this by now.
No, we care about our yards and shit.
Absolutely. I care about the way my house looks, man.
Well, I mean, I don't because I'm a vagabond that doesn't have any responsibility. But you know what? You have a yard, and I can mow it for you sometimes when I'm wanting to get my fix for mowing a yard. You know,
and you understand that
I don't blow your grass in your yard in your road because you've bitched about that for years.
And if you do, all you have to do is make one pass and blow it right back in the yard.
Wait, so it's okay to throw it into the road?
So you've got, look, when you start cutting the grass, at least you make 2 rounds and blow it inward. You blow the grass inward for at least 2 rounds.
On the grass that has not been cut?
Yes, correct.
All right, so you're blowing your grass in on the edge out there.
Yep. So I'm away from the road, away from the house.
Okay, and then when you go make a pass, hopefully you're blowing it on cut grass.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe a little sprinkle gets in the road.
Right. I mean, you know what I mean? So when you do finally turn around and get to blowing it the other way, if some happens to get in the road.
Okay, but you're talking about the guy that just makes his first pass and just like coats the road.
Yeah, arches it right over into the center of the road.
Yeah.
You got big clobs of wet grass. I'm sorry. If you're one of these people.
If I drive a minivan.
You probably drive a minivan.
Yeah, probably suck at barbecuing too.
You do not deserve the solid white New Balances that you have on your feet.
Bingo, buddy.
And I said that. I'm not ashamed of it. I said it.
All right. So the rule is for those of us that maybe don't mow that often, or the up and comers, people that want to be aristocrats that aren't yet, taking lessons. If you do blow it in the road, it's okay to get a little bit in the road.
It's okay to get a little bit.
But
you got to clean your shit up.
All right, so you have the duration of the path that you're running. You make the turn out there. You run the length of the road frontage.
Yeah,
and then you immediately come back and blow it back into the.
Yep.
Okay, so you don't have time to make a whole fucking pass.
Don't cut the front yard and then go blow it back.
Okay.
If you blow it, if you make a pass. That pass results in grass being in the street. Your next pass is in the street, blowing it back into the yard.
Okay.
That's your next pass. That's the only correct way.
Okay.
It's just, it's just the way to do it. It's uncouth to do it any other way.
Absolutely. Couth is very much what we're about here.
It's the only way to be an aristocrat.
I concur, sir.
There's a set of unwritten rules that you need to know. If you don't know them, ask. We will tell you. This is just one of them.
Yeah.
There are many, many more.
Hit us up. We'll help.
We'll dive right in. It's not a problem. We know them well.
I will correct you.
It's not a problem.
Ask me before you do some stupid shit,
Seriously. I can stop you.
We'll stop you. Or I'll tell you how stupid you are for doing it.
Yeah. You don't have to be this way. You don't have to look like a dumbass.
Yeah.
But if that's your choice, and I just happen to be driving down the road one day and drag you off a lawnmower in a fit of rage, I'm not to be blamed.
No, you know what? Good on you for not shooting. That's what I say.
I mean, that's what I say. I mean, if all I do is just drag you off a lawnmower and leave you there, then hey, consider yourself lucky.
Exactly. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. Don't forget, go to Operation Barbecue Relief at obr.org and roll a few nickels together, throw them in the till. Also check out our friends at Public Pursuit. Keep an ear out for that cigar journal we may be working on behind the scenes. We'll talk about it a little bit. It's gonna take some time to get. We want to get it right. Get it right, get it tight.
I can't wait.
It'll be cool. It'll be cool. Also, go check out GoFundMe Dillard's Warriors and help them out with anything that you can. Follow us on Insta, Face. Oh, and click reviews. Again, reviews apparently matter in this shit. We didn't know. Review us. Apple, Spotify, probably other things. There are places to review. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
So we really do appreciate that. We honestly can't say that enough. Thank you all very, very much for listening. Please continue to listen, share it.
Or at least download it. You don't even have to listen, just download it so that it shows up on the tally.
There you go. Makes me feel better.
Exactly. Thanks, Aristocrats. Come back and see us next week.